Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna. Today we're going to talk about my frustration with my Posh US closet. And I want to know if anybody else is experiencing this. I don't think it's just me. I think other people are going through this. And I want to know if anybody else is having the opposite happen. So what is happening with Posh US? July, my sales were this much. Like seriously, way down. Worst month ever for me. And I mean the worst month ever. Worse than, I think it was April or May that was way down. This was even worse than that. And it's really strange to me because June was really good. You know, so think of it in this way. If I'm going to put it into numbers. They're not my numbers, but in general, it's like taking June and having $1,500 in sales, and then having July come along and only getting $300 in sales. Like, you don't forget how to list, you don't forget how to source, you don't forget sell-through rates, you don't forget everything you've learned in the course of a month. You just don't. It doesn't happen. Now, because of the timing, I also understand that summer slowdown happens. And yes, I do believe that summer slowdown happens. I think people go away, they go on vacation, they're in their backyards, they're at their lakes, they're at their pools, whatever they're doing, they're not thinking about buying things. Or you know what, they're with family, they're going out and about, and they're spending their money outside and not online. So it does happen, and that had something to do with what happened in July. So I know that, I'm aware of that. I did do a look at my sales for the last 12 months to get an idea of the roller coaster that Posh US has been. And really and truly for the last 6 months, it has been up, down, way up, down. As opposed to Posh Canada, that was more like a gentle roller coaster where it was up, down a little bit, up a little bit, about the same, down a little bit. Like I was not doing this on Posh Canada. Posh US has very much been up, down, which is frustrating. It's so frustrating because I cannot get a handle on what I'm supposed to be doing in order to have sales that, basically are steady. I want a little more steady, which is not the right word, but I want sales that I can count on in a little bit, just a general ballpark area. I don't want to be making this much 1 month and then way down. That doesn't compute for me. I don't like it. It actually really reminds me of back in 2022 when Poshmark was doing A/B testing groups. If you've been around Poshmark for any amount of time, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, back in 2022, Poshmark admitted that they were putting sellers into A and B testing groups. They were testing algorithms and things like that, and what they were doing where they were sort of, in a sense, they were promoting certain closets, A testing group, and they were not promoting the B testing group. Doesn't mean they were punishing the Bs, they were just giving the As a better chance, in a sense. So if you were in whatever group, and they would switch back and forth. Okay, so we were having this effect where sales were really good, sales were non-existent. And that's what it reminds me of. Because in the months that my sales are really low, so are my shares, so are my likes, so are my offers, whether they're coming from buyers or I'm sending them out. Because if somebody doesn't like something, I'm not sending out offers. So I'm noticing that activity when my sales are really low. I'm not getting a lot of shares. I'm not getting a lot of likes. So it's like my closet's hidden in a sense, like the switch has been turned off. I don't know if that's true. I don't want to start some sort of conspiracy, but this is what I'm finding. And I don't like it because, like I said, it is very frustrating because I need to get a handle on what I'm doing. I'm also finding that a lot of the new features that come out, I'm not getting the updates. I did not get listing streaks yet. And I'm wondering if there is a correlation between that. I don't know. I want to know if you've gotten the listing streaks, if your sales are okay in comparison to the month before. What's your activity like, your likes, your shares, that kind of thing. Because I don't know if that's part of it. I am going to keep an eye on the situation. I am going to look at August and see how it comes along. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be listing and relisting. I'm going to be doing some silent shows because I do think that drives traffic. I'm going to do some of them for sure. And I'm just going to keep my eye on it. But as a Canadian that is selling on Posh US, it costs me more because I do have my cross-border fee. It's very little. Like, don't get me wrong, it is little. But it takes me more effort as well because I have to take my packages to my cross-border shipper as well as pay for the fee for them to take it over. And for me, that taking it to the cross-border shipper is an hour drive, so I have my gas and my time as well. It's not as easy as Posh Canada, where I have 2 or 3 post offices that I can drop packages off within like 5 minutes of my house. So it is much different. Is it worth it for me to continue on Posh US? Yeah, because you know what? We're taking packages for eBay to the cross-border shipper anyway, right? And I do make a little bit of money. They're selling, but they're just not selling every other month. So I'm going to keep my eye on it. It's not that I'm quitting. I'm not quitting. I just don't like the extreme up and down. So, is anybody else experiencing this? Are you in a good month right now? I hope you are, because that is fantastic. And let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know what you think. Do you think that they're back to A/B testing because they're trying to bring something new out? Are they maybe promoting people that do live shows and just not promoting people that don't? I don't belong to Promoted Closets on Posh US because, well, number one, I don't think it's a good thing for my business, my opinion, which we're going to talk about in a second. But also, I don't have a way to pay them because my credit card on my American account has my Canadian address, and I'm not changing that because I just don't think it's worth it. So maybe they're promoting them more than people that don't do that. I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of opinions, something happened the other day, and it's like, I think everybody has opinions. I think that is fun and wonderful, and in this business, what works for your business works for your business. That's it. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? I can share things with you, and I could tell you what works for me, but I am 100% an advocate for try it, see if it works for you, and if it doesn't, try something else. And if something works for you but doesn't work for me, that's just the way it is. Like live shows. Not a huge fan. Personal opinion. I wouldn't want to shop them. I think they're boring. I think they put a lot of work. There's a lot of work goes into a live show with a lot less reward for the most part. There are some very successful live show sellers out there, and it works for their business, and that's fantastic. But I still don't want to sit through their show. That's just personal opinion. Personal opinions don't mean anything. They really don't. I do believe you need to make up your own mind. And if you want to do live shows, do them. If they're working for you, fantastic, do them. I'm not personally going to be doing live shows at this moment in time because they're just not for me. They're just really and truly not for me. I don't know. I'm not going to say never, but we'll see. Other personal opinions of how people run their businesses don't matter. They don't matter. I mean, I had this person get mad at me on Facebook because they had talked about a service, but when they had found a service that they liked, and that's fantastic, but they slagged off another service, and I don't think that's right. I think if you found something that works for you, absolutely talk about it, 100%. Let people know you love this service, it works for me, fantastic. I don't think you need to slag off another service. It's not something I do. I do not have a lot of experience with a lot of services. I talk about Posh Sidekick on this channel because I have a lot of experience with them. The only other service like that I will talk about is One Shop, and that's only because I did use them. Now, I used them probably 2 years ago, so I don't know if things have changed there. So I don't even talk about them anymore because my information, my experience is no longer up to date. I will talk about my experience with what I know. And if you have a different experience, that's fine. You're allowed to disagree with me. 100%. Just do it respectfully, because I think respectful disagreement helps us all to learn. Anyway, I kind of babbled there because I didn't sleep well last night. I'm in a mood. I am going to be going down and taking some more photos, which is great. I started yesterday. I'm going to do some more shoe photos, get some of those bins shoes photographed so I can start the research on them, which we're going to talk about in the next video. So I'm going to take some photos. I'm also going to prep some clothing. I'm going to re-steam it because it's been sitting in my basement steamed and ready to go probably for a few weeks. So I think I'm going to freshen it up again. Get that done today. Fernando's got to go in for his shots again today, so he's not going to like us, and that'll be not fun, but we got to get it done. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday. I think I'll be back Thursday. I think so, and I'm going to go through some of my authenticating process that I do as somebody that knows very little about designer shoes. Okay? Okay, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.